done too then. Clean.
So what do we got going here, John?
Well, we're trying to clean these off, get them ready for sanding so they don't come up with sandpaper.
Getting the amine blush off the panels that were not already cleaned. And back here, we got the shaft out again. Didn't we, Archie? Well, you didn't help with that, did you? But I'm getting ready to try to route this opening out so I can get the bearing housing in there. So we're going to attach that there, and then the router. We'll see if we can get that that hole routed out so we can get that stern bearing in. Hello, welcome back to the boat shop. Today is, oh geez, I have no idea, 9th July, something like that. Work continues, and you can see we got the shaft out here, and I managed to get my little recessed hole routed out back here, and I got a layer of epoxy on there. I'll clean this up and put another layer of epoxy on just to get that wood sealed up, and then we'll be able to get this cutlass bearing housing mounted in there. Need to get some holes drilled in here. I picked up some 1/2-inch bolts, lag bolts for this, so yeah, we'll get that in. Not sure really which way I should put it in, if I should put it in horizontally or vertically. I would say most people probably go vertically simply because they don't have a keel as wide as what I've got. I don't know if it would make much difference. Anyway, we'll be able to get that going. I also got my second exhaust through hull made, and that's pretty much ready to go. A little sanding and whatnot, touch up to do on it. Don't look at that little notch there. I'll have to fix that. Had the router and didn't have the router set shallow enough, and it went in too deep. I was going to round over that edge, and anyway, that happens. So, and up here, I think we've actually got 2 more pieces on since the last video, and yeah, we're almost done up here. This last bit up here is going to be easy, and then, of course, like I've been saying, this stuff up here is going to be a lot easier too. This here has got so much twist in it that what I did on the other side was I put several strips in there. You can see here I put like three different pieces in there. These over here will be just a touch longer. I didn't space things exactly the same, but I'll put some strips in here, pieces in here, and glue those in. But yeah, that's nice to have this bottom piece almost done now. So, and little John has been working on the side of the boat, getting it cleaned up and ready for sanding, getting the amine blush washed off, and he's up to here now. So we'll be able to start working on this side a little bit more extensively. I've tried a couple of different things. You know, I wanted to get these seams reamed out a little bit. I tried. I don't think the router is going to work. I mean, it would, but I don't know if I'd be able to move it along there accurately enough to get a decent cut there. So I tried my Dremel tool with a little rotary drum sander on it and just running down here. But again, with these edges being a little inconsistent in places, it wants to move around on there and probably doing more harm than good. So I'm thinking I might have to just use an oscillating tool, a multi-tool with a detail sander on it, you know, one of those triangular ones, and just get in here and sand it. If not, some other type of sander to get in there and do that. We shall see, but yeah, kind of figuring things out as we go here. And there you can see we got the other 2 pieces of plywood in place up here. I got a little piece to glue in over there along that edge, because these panels didn't line up perfectly on the deck beams, and I wanted to be able to get the screws into the deck beams, so I had to leave a little bit of an opening over there. And I don't know if you can see way back there in the corner, I've got a couple clamps there. Back in that corner on the transom, I've got oh, it's probably 5 or 6 inches of wood, between all the layers back there. But the very inside layer of wood split on me. So I did a little repair back there. I put some glue in there, and I put a gusset in that corner, a reinforcement. I guess you'd almost call it like a hanging knee almost too, but a gusset back there to reinforce that corner. And then I glued it in and got it all clamped up, and did that last night, and it was miserable hot in here. This fan is set to solar mode only. I probably should have run it last night as an AC fan, but anyway, so it was hotter than crap up here, and I was sweat just rolling off me and sweat in my eyes. I couldn't see what I was doing, and so yeah, I got it done, but it was not real enjoyable. And they're talking a lot more heat this week, so I may not get a whole lot done this week. We shall see, but when it gets hot, it pretty much slows me down. So we've got progress made this past week. One of the big things is going to be getting the shaft in the boat and getting these bearing housings mounted, and that'll be nice job to have done. I also picked up some. I was talking about in the engine room, the ceiling in there. I got that fiberglass insulation to put in there, and then I was talking about putting ceiling tiles in, and I bought some 2x2 foot ceiling tiles to go up in there. We'll see how that goes, but what I was thinking about doing was running a couple of strips of wood on either side of the deck beams in there, and then just sliding these panels in on top of that, which would be under that fiberglass insulation, and that'll give me almost 2 inches of sound insulation in there, plus the 1.5 inch thickness of the deck. So that should keep things quiet, keep the sound from going up into the pilot house as much as possible. But we'll see how that works, putting those in there. I'm a little concerned that we might get some sag, so I might have to run some screws with some of those fat washers on there to hold the middle of these panels up. Either that or come up with some way of running a strip underneath of them. But yeah, we'll see about that too. Not the end of the world one way or the other, but so yeah, we just keep working on different odds and ends, and maybe eventually we'll get there. All right, well, I can't think of anything else I've got to report. I'm sure there probably is, but it eludes me at the moment as to what it would be. So we will leave it at that, and we will talk to you again next week.